morning. Welcome back to part 2 of the reveal. And of course the transformation with Lisa and Sarah at the Bella Rouge Salon in Morristown, New Jersey. I am going to be talking to Sarah more about technique right now. We're going to do a half and half, you know, like when you see on TV where you do the face here and one side here and one side here. It's actually a really good tool, you guys, because if you see what you've done wrong, you'll see what you need to do to go make it right. So I'm going to go back over here. Let's see what they're doing. We're going to get some great info for you, and follow me. Okay, so what are we doing here?
So right now I'm just working on her eyes.
Okay.
I always like to do the eyes before I do her foundation, just so you can.
Is this prep work?
No, right now I'm actually going into the coloring.
Applying. Okay,
so yeah, so I'm going to be using some neutral colors, but I'm going to make them a little bold, so you still have that natural
look. Is this
look.
a night look or is this a day look?
This is going to be a day look.
Okay.
But a bolder day look. Something so you have makeup on, but it doesn't look like you're going out. But they're also the kind of look that if you just added a little bit more, you could make it into a night look. So you kind of giving her the option of working with the same colors, so it's not too overwhelming, especially since this is something that she's new into.
Because she cannot look sexy.
She cannot.
No, for her job.
She has to look professional.
Yes.
She works in a special facility where she cannot look sexy. Cannot say anymore. I'm under an oath of silence.
I'm a pharmacist, but I can't.
She's a pharmacist in a special place where people can come in, but they can't get out. That's all I can talk about right now.
Thank you.
And they can't get out with locked doors, and I can't tell you anymore.
You would not believe the motherlode I just dropped. And that's how I like to keep it, leaving not a trace that I was ever here, let alone that I just birthed a creamy behemoth from my cavernous bowels.
Nothing is worse than stinking up the shared toilet at work, or the toilet at a party, or your lover's apartment.
Of course, flushing removes the graphic evidence. Maybe 2 or 3 flushes if your skid marks are as tenacious as mine. But what can be done of that subtle scent of a
300-cow dairy farm. Aerosol air fresheners aren't the most effective option, or the healthiest. Trying to mask the stench, giving you a nice blend of ChemLab carnations with just a touch of feces. So, how do you make the world believe your poop doesn't stink? Or in fact that you never poop at all? Poopery. Poopery is the before-you-go toilet spray that is proven to trap those embarrassing odors at the source and save relationships. Simply spritz poopery in the bowl to create a film on the water's surface that actually traps the odours in their porcelain prison. And when your little astronauts splash down and make contact with the film, they release poopery's pleasant aromas, so all those around you can smell as a refreshing bouquet of essential oils. Yes, it is a real product. And yes, it really works. We've sold over 4 million bottles. On Amazon alone, there are over 1,000 reviews rating it 4.8 of 5 stars. That's a better Amazon rating than the iPhone 5. If it doesn't completely stop your stench from spreading, send it back for a full refund. Our unconditional stink-free guarantee. If your poo stinks, click here to get your poopery today at poopery.com. So whether you need to pinch a loaf at work, cut a rope at a party, or lay a brick at your boyfriend's, your days of embarrassing smells or prairie dogging it are over. Poopery. Our business is to make it smell like your business never even happened.
That's all I can talk about right now.
Thank you.
And
So
I can't get out
perfect
with locked doors, and I can't tell you anymore. And it's far away, and there's a gated community with police, but I can't tell you anymore. But she can't look
everybody got the
sexy
point
there.
So these
Told you
colors
guys
would
I was
actually
bad
be
at keeping a
perfect for that.
secret. I have a shirt that says I can't keep a secret because it's true. I mean, I can't. Do you want to tell me any secrets? I have makeup secrets.
Makeup secrets?
I better not talk to you anymore.
I don't think anyone's going to talk to me after this show. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so over here, we're finishing up the eye, and it looks like you're doing a little bit. And can you move your arm just a little bit, because I want my viewers to see how you're lifting the brow.
Yes.
And it does make people appear to be more awake, especially if there's darkness around the eyes. It looks like you did a really good job of kind of eliminating that. If you guys do a kind of a half and half here,
Yes.
do you usually, when you do your foundation underneath the eye, like not the brow bone, but the cheekbone starts up here, do you use generally a couple different types of foundation? Is there anything people can do at home? Because I know a lot of people get frustrated because they're like, I have to buy so many things to make it look like they did it Sun. So what do you do when you send them home so that they don't go crazy with all of these different
get too
types of
overwhelmed
things?
with too many things. So I always like to, I mean, it also depends on, how dark somebody has the dark circles under their eyes. If
Okay.
it's not as bad, then you wouldn't have to use as much. But in this case, if it's someone that does have really dark circles under their eyes, what I always like to do is start, like I was saying before, with hydration. So always a good eye cream under the eyes. And then I like to go with a concealer and then a highlighter on top.
Okay.
The concealer is just to reduce the darkness.
Okay.
And the highlighter, which would be any type of light foundation or any type of cream-based light concealer you want to use so it doesn't build up and it doesn't look heavy under the eyes.
Awesome. I have a sassy tip. Woohoo! Okay, so ladies, or anyone decides to wear makeup for that matter, what I learned when I went to beauty school, one very important tool that you guys want to learn. You go to a salon, you purchase makeup, you bring it home. You number it. Number 1, this is what you put on first. Number 2, this is what you put on next. And number 3, please ask your stylist, your makeup artist, anybody that you're working with, if you're talking about skincare, make them do a 1 through 4. It'll keep it very easy for you. You won't have to guess what comes next, and it'll make things less stressful. Just a tip from me to you. Back to you, Sarah. This is looking really good.
Yeah. I like to use a light color on the lid and a little bit of a crease because it gives it more dimension and
Okay.
actually brings out her eyes much more. It's going to give her the illusion of having a larger, more almond-shaped eye
Oh, I love
than
that.
she has.
Okay, so we're going to
Yes.
actually head off for a commercial break. And I love this. This is getting really exciting. We're starting to get it together. Exciting. We're going to head over for a commercial break. We'll be back and hopefully see more of Sarah's transformation on Lisa. And we'll see you in a few. Welcome back to Get Sassy. I'm your host Samantha, and we're here at the Bella Rouge Salon, and we're waiting for the instant reveal. Sarah right now is going to give us a sample of kind of the half the face. That's a good way to put on makeup at home, ladies, because you kind of get an idea of what one look is opposed to another and see what you've done wrong. I don't know, Picasso, one side always looks different than the other, so it's actually a really good way to kind of get things, especially with the eyebrows and eyeliner. Those are areas where, ladies, we don't always get it right. So I think by using something in the middle here, I think that's a really good tool, right? Is that what you generally do with your clients? You kind of show them something in the middle,
Yes.
and then it's like, Dr. Evil, Dr. Beautiful,
Exactly.
Evil, beautiful.
Because it gives people like the
Yay.
perspective of just like the difference, because you don't really see unless you see, like you'll see the whole face done and you'll be like, okay, wow, but if you see half, then you'll really
Yep.
see
So I'm going to
the
cover
full
up.
effect.
Sorry, Lisa. I'm going to poke Lisa in the eye here. I want you guys to see this because this looks awesome. Okay, so basically, this is kind of a good canvas look to cover up that look, but this, I mean, this is totally different.
Totally.
And if you guys look here, sorry about this, everybody. Look at that.
It's amazing.
That and that. Before, after. After, before. This looks fabulous.
Yes, that's
So
beautiful.
tell us a little bit more about what you did. We talked about the highlighting, we talked about the cheekbone.
Yes.
And I noticed that you used something very subtle, so I'm assuming that's daytime, right?
Yes. So this, like I was saying before, this could be a daytime look, but also like I did a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah.
This is something that you could also do at night too. You just add a little bit more boldness to it. So what I did with the eye is the colors that I used, if you just close your eyes for a second, they're very neutral colors. It was a light like beige mist color on the lid
And I
and then
noticed
a
that-
neutral brown in the crease.
Are those her lashes?
These are actually false lashes that I put
That
on her.
looks
They're
sassy.
natural looking, but they give her that length. So there's
Yes,
not
she
as
doesn't
much.
look like a spider.
Yes, exactly. So they're enough that you go out, they look gorgeous, but they're not too much that if you did wear them during the day, they'd look like you were going, overboard.
This looks
So,
fabulous.
yes.
How do your eyes feel? Heavy, or do you feel just
No, natural actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
this is
Very
not
natural.
something that's so drastically different, but you can tell just by some of the corrective work that you did. Her skin looks flawless.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the
Totally
color, the lip
flawless.
color I really love. I think it just kind of put the whole makeup look together. It's like kind of like a warm rose color, and that's actually really popular right now for the winter. It's a really popular color everyone's using. I love that color in you.
So let's do a quick review.
What other colors would look good on me other than
You could do
on the lips?
yes.
Say.
like maybe like nudes, like a warm nude would be really, really pretty. If you did like a warm nude with like a gloss or something, that would be really nice too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to stop you right here, but I just want to kind of walk through what we've done so far here. So for the viewers at home, again, getting frustrated because you can't do this, and you get frustrated, you go to a salon. This happens to me all the time, ladies. I go crazy too. You know what? You can't create the same thing twice. So you go home and you do the best that you can, but this is why we have these instructional shows so that you can learn how to do it. It's very easy. Let's go back to first step. We got the skin ready for priming.
Yes.
We cleansed the skin.
Yes.
We used cream to calm down any type of skin disorder if you guys happen to have some sensitive skin in certain areas, around the nose, around the chin. Some people have it just in the cheek area, but you get the palette ready. Think of it as a palette. Next thing we did was we added foundation. We actually did a type of concealer first. And which ones did you use for her? And can you walk me through this?
So what I did was I went over with the concealers. I used a color that was very similar to her skin tone.
Okay.
Which is
Now, how does somebody tell what their skin
what
tone
their
is?
skin
Is
tone
it the
is.
neck? Because I see women that have, again, beautiful, but this line
Line,
here,
the
and I
line,
want to come up
yes.
to you guys and wipe it off.
So that huge thing with that is a lot of people either they're getting the right color but they're not blending it enough in, and everyone, you have to remember not to be afraid to
Yep.
blend into the neck. Like you always, just because you're putting makeup on your face, you don't want to just stop it at the chin. You want to go all the way down into the neck
Yep.
because your neck needs it too, so it all looks like one
And
even
and
palette.
also the décolleté. If you
Yes.
have, I use a lot of
Sunspots or
bronzer.
anything like that,
Yeah,
yes.
bronzer. That you always want to make sure your neck and your
Chest.
face, neck, chest, face kind of all work together.
Exactly.
Because if you have a V-neck or something that shows this, you're gonna tell it's a lot of makeup, and makeup is
Exactly.
used for just to accentuate your already great features.
Yes, exactly.
So we used the palette, you used concealer. Let's talk a little bit more about, I see a lot of women, they don't tend to prime. First they put the foundation on, they put lotion on. Lotion is a good thing, but do you suggest a primer first or just a lotion? Like which one? Is it a primer or is it a lotion?
So you always want to moisturize first because you want to hydrate and protect your skin, and then the prime would be to prep the foundation. So it's like priming a wall when you're painting. You want to prime your skin first. So it's going to help smooth out any fine lines. It's actually going to make your foundation last longer, and it's going to give you that barrier between your moisturizer and your foundation.
So a primer is an addition to it.
Yes.
So you would cleanse the skin, you would put moisturizer on, and then you would put your primer
Yes,
on.
exactly.
And do you put powder over the primer so that you get it ready for foundation?
You prime and then you would do your foundation. Your
Okay.
powder would be like your
This
set.
could be the mineral, that's what I'm saying. Right now we have the craze with mineral
Mineral
makeup,
makeup, yes.
and they're saying you can use it for
As
airbrush,
yeah.
you can use it wet, you can use it dry. For someone like herself, she might be a really good candidate for mineral makeup.
Yes.
I know for myself, liquid makeup for me, I want to like,
Yes.
I'm sure you guys know that feeling where you feel very heavy. If somebody has oily skin, are you still going to tell them to use a moisturizer and a primer?
Yes.
Because a makeup, isn't that, if they have extremely oily skin, your foundation might start.
Right. So that's
kind
a
of
huge thing that a
pulling
lot of people
apart.
get confused is they feel like, okay, I have oily skin, so I shouldn't moisturize. But the problem with that is if you don't hydrate your skin actually produces more oil because
Yes.
it's being dehydrated. So what you want to do is you want to use an oil-free moisturizer.
Or a gel, right?
Or a gel moisturizer.
Gel moisturizers are
Yes,
great.
that's exactly. Yes, to help hydrate your skin but balance out the moisture, the oil production. So you always want to still moisturize, and you can use liquid foundations if you are oily, but you want to use a matte.
Right.
So matte would be the way to go if you're going to be in the oily and liquid
Right.
foundation.
I think that's right now.
Yeah.
After you're done putting on the foundation, do you suggest putting powder on in between the different things just to kind of keep, again, matte?
Yes.
So if you put the primer on, you have your foundation on, you powder then, right?
You would do after
Hold
the
it in
primer.
place.
You would after the primer, you would go ahead and do your concealer, your foundation. Then you would put powder on to set that. And then if you had to do anything additional, like add more contouring or add more anything like that.
I'm gonna turn your face
Yes.
ever so gently. I want to show my viewers that this, I mean, really, if you guys remember, and we'll show a picture while we're talking here, obviously you guys can see it again, there really is a true difference. I mean, this even whitened her teeth.
You would not believe the motherlode I just dropped. And that's how I like to keep it, leaving not a trace that I was ever here, let alone that I just birthed a creamy behemoth from my cavernous bowels.
Nothing is worse than stinking up the shared toilet at work, or the toilet at a party, or your lover's apartment.
Of course, flushing removes the graphic evidence. Maybe 2 or 3 flushes if your skid marks are as tenacious as mine. But what can be done of that subtle scent of a
300-cow dairy farm. Aerosol air fresheners aren't the most effective option, or the healthiest. Trying to mask the stench, giving you a nice blend of ChemLab carnations with just a touch of feces. So, how do you make the world believe your poop doesn't stink? Or in fact that you never poop at all? Poopery. Poopery is the before-you-go toilet spray that has proven to trap those embarrassing odors at the source and save relationships. Simply spritz poopery in the bowl to create a film on the water's surface that actually traps the odours in their porcelain prison. And when your little astronauts splash down and make contact with the film, they release poopery's pleasant aromas, so all those around you can smell as a refreshing bouquet of essential oils. Yes, it is a real product. And yes, it really works. We've sold over 4 million bottles. On Amazon alone, there are over 1,000 reviews rating it 4.8 of 5 stars. That's a better Amazon rating than the iPhone 5. If it doesn't completely stop your stench from spreading, send it back for a full refund. Our unconditional stink-free guarantee. If your poo stinks, click here to get your poopery today at poopery.com. So whether you need to pinch a loaf at work, cut a rope at a party, or lay a brick at your boyfriend's, your days of embarrassing smells or prairie dogging it are over. Poopery. Our business is to make it smell like your business never even happened.
Just by the color of the lipstick, and this is pretty natural, but if you look at this, and Lisa, if you turn your head, please, thank you. You can tell, ladies, there is a huge difference. She has some discoloration, I think maybe melasma. When you have children, you guys destroy our skin. It's everything that comes with it, brain cells too. Yeah, right? We'll all end up in the loony bin. Rah! But this is, technically, she could wear this to work because it's not overdone, but it's just more of a very even, something very clean, exactly. And it doesn't appear to be very heavy at all. How long would this last for someone that's working during the day? Is it 8 hours? Is, you know, again, makeup is very different today. I remember, gosh, in the 80s, you put foundation on, by the 4 hours into it, you'd want to pull it off your skin because it was so cakey and so heavy. But it's different now. is there any advice that you have for people? Because I know, again, one of the biggest things that I talk about and I hear about and that I've worked with in past career is the oily skin problem. And I'm excited that we're in an era of mineral foundation and powder because it gives that feel of a liquid. Or people could actually turn it into liquid. So for ladies, if you have acne and different things, mineral makeup actually improves your skin. You can actually, there's a lot of brands you can wear at night now. You wear a powder at night and, you know, those are things that you get your skin ready again for the next day and calm down a lot of the activity if you have a sensitive skin. So that's very good. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let you finish off because I want to kind of get that through that reveal. We're going to have one more reveal. We're going to go with then into hair and show people some things about such as yours, curly hair, shine, the new oil, the Basu oil, learning a little bit more about that. We're going to talk about on days where maybe she might want to put her hair and leave it curly, how she can keep her hair looking healthy. So again, I just want to, Lisa, I'm going to turn your head one more time here. We want to see just one more time. Can you show us just one more technique on how to get rid of some of the discolorations? Because I think an instructional at this point, if we keep it simple for my viewers, they will love you. So let's do, starting with number one. Just like you did here, can you walk us through it and put this on Lisa at the same time so we can see you doing it? This looks great.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color correction palette and I'm actually going to go in with the green. And I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm just going to go into those, And
green is technically the color that you would use very lightly, ladies, if you're looking. She's using, it looks much like a paintbrush. And you can actually use a paintbrush. They do have a lot of cosmetologists, a lot of makeup artists do use that because of the bristles and it being real. And it does make a difference whether it's you know, false hair as opposed to horse mane or any of that, but having real fibers. So are there any other colors on your palette there? There would be, is it purple and green that are for redness?
Yes, the purple and the green. I could also go in with the purple if I wanted to. I could also do this, the yellow a little bit under her eye to help diminish the dark circles. But
so yellow's for darkness. It's like a voodoo. A voodoo around the eyes, right? But if you look here, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching, you can see that just a little part of the brush here. It's like it's instantly gone.
Exactly. And then what you're going to do is after you go over that with your color correction, you're going to go in with a concealer. So what I like to do is I like to take any of the concealers that I'm going to be using. I go under the eye and then I blend it all in because I don't want it to be too heavy.
Now when you blend it in, are you going to do the brush as well?
Yes.
So I've not seen this before. So the sponges, what do you think about those? Not as good as the brush?
What happens with sponges, depending on what you're using, there are sponges out there like the Beauty Blender, which is a huge craze right now. That's a great sponge.
But it's like a one on a stick, right? I've been using that. That's kind of fun.
But the regular sponges that you can get, you know, at any of the pharmacies, I wouldn't highly recommend just because what they do is they absorb the product. Where the foundation brushes, they don't, they just sit on the surface, so you have more of availability of blending it in without wasting any product.
Oh my gosh. So you technically are really painting a palette, aren't you? No pun intended, right? This is great.
Very true.
And it's amazing how quickly these things go away. I mean, how long did this take you?
I mean,
this is not rocket science.
Exactly. And if you just take a little bit of time in the morning and go and just do these simple steps, it really does make a huge difference in, you know, the whole application of your foundation.
It's exciting. Well, I'm going to let you finish up here, and we're going to go in for another commercial break because once we show the reveal of her face, we're going to move on to the hair. And I know a lot of viewers, you guys, especially for those of you who have that big puff ball going on. Sorry, Lisa. We're going to talk about some great techniques. The Basu oil, which is actually really fun to say. Melissa was right. And we're going to talk about some looks that might be good for someone during the day, and then of course going into the evening. And again, we're going to do the half and half. So we'll be back in 5, and don't forget to stay where you are because the rest of the show is going to be something you don't want to miss. See you soon. Lisa, today, are you looking for straight hair, or are you looking to see what your hair looks like curly?
I don't know.
Take a pic.
Some of it and clip it with those clips. What that helps to do is act as rollers, so that way if you want a little bit of volume in different areas, it cools into the position that that roll is in, and then it helps to be smooth and helps to give a little bit more volume. I'm not going to do that for your whole head because you don't want to look like you have a helmet head, but I probably will do it for top parts of your head, like maybe the top.
Helmet head picture. And such a remarkable transformation. I'm really excited. There's going to be a picture of Lisa on our screen. This is her before picture. And of course, I am proud to present the new Lisa. Da, 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 da. Hi guys, welcome back to Get Sassy. Are you guys ready? Well, we're at the end of the show, and of course we're not done with the reveal, but I'm very excited to announce the new Lisa. And now, Mr. Cameraman, please put your lens on a fabulous palette here. This is quite a difference. For you, what is this like?
Amazing.
Amazing, right?
Absolutely.
And you really didn't use a lot here.
Yeah.
And it was very, very simple technique and looks very natural. This can be used during the day.
Yeah, definitely.
And she can certainly get away with it at night too. Like it's a versatile look a little bit, right?
Yes. Which is nice because you just have to add a little bit more, make it a little bit more bold. But the colors are day and night. So.
Well, I'm most excited to see a new hairdo with Lisa, and also to talk about some new products that are out for those of you who have really curly hair. We're going to talk about some technique, and then we're going to do a full reveal, obviously with Lisa, and showing you kind of everything put together. So with that being said, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. I know you guys want to see the finishing piece, so do I, but you're going to have to wait. Have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow night, rather. I can't even talk anymore. Tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. And I will see you. Get sassy. See you tomorrow night.